Welcome back, everyone. The price of Bitcoin has officially reached the $100,000 mark. The lowest on this candle was about 100.1, but on other exchanges, I believe we came very close to the $100,000 price level, which is what we predicted on the Moon Show. We said that there was a bearish pattern forming on the price. This is a bearish continuation pattern. Likely we will come down, retest that prior support, turn it into resistance, and drop to the $100 mark. So that's what we showed right here over on the Moon Show. I also mentioned it on the update video yesterday saying death cross incoming for Bitcoin. But the pattern has reached its target. I also gave the update on the Crypto Kids Telegram, which you can join for free using the link in the description down below. I think it's one of the best places to gather your research. I'm building another community for everybody that's signed up to Weex, but that's coming up. I wanted to launch it, but now I want to add some more cool things onto it. So stay tuned. This is going to be built better and better and better. Then I'll do the official launch at a later point, but make sure that you have a Weex account created and have at least $100 in that account if you want to take advantage. Speaking of Weex, they're giving away yet again, like essentially free money. It's pretty crazy. So if you go to the first link in the description down below, click this link. Okay, you're going to be forwarded to this campaign page. So everybody that doesn't have a Weex account yet, if you use the first link in the description down below, sign up with this link, click sign up, link your phone number and email address to your account, which when you're signing up, you already use either your email address or your phone number. If you link another, either the number or the email address extra, you'll be able to claim completely free either $10 to $100 worth of a coupon, which Weex will decide which one you should get, and they will give you a coupon. But regardless, it's free money. If you want to claim it, first link in the description down below. If you deposit $100, $500, and $1,000 and complete their trading volume requirements, these are very easy requirements. If you're a day trader or if you trade in just a normal basis, like you will be able to achieve these trading volume requirements incredibly easily. You'll be able to get free futures coupons to use in your trading. So make sure to pin this link, the first link in the description, in your bookmark somewhere. Come back to it. Get your free 10 to 100 USDT worth of coupon because it's very easy to get. And that's it for the bonus and Weex. You can get access to that community later on at a later stage. But we have this cool campaign running. So back into Bitcoin, we've achieved that target of 100K. And it's very critical. We need to bounce from here because if we don't bounce from here, we're going to be in trouble. It's going to be trouble for Bitcoin. Let me explain to you why that is the case. So you've already been familiarized with my analysis if you've been watching in a regular basis, but I'll update you on the more macro picture anyways. Take a look at that. Okay, there's a very important trend line, or there's very important two trend lines. It's a range, it's a price range between 106.4 and 107.4. On the daily time frame, you'll notice that Bitcoin has created a double top. And a few weeks ago, we broke below this double top's neckline, which is the price range right over here. You broke below it. We came down, we retested. I mentioned following this retest, we will likely come down and correct to 100K. That was mentioned on a prior video, which we can find. Right over here. Yeah, trap Bitcoin is about to dump more when I got dressed like John Travolta in my leather jacket. There you go. So I said, look, we're going to come down, we're going to correct, right? That was what we pointed out. Now we're doing that. Now that's happening. And if Bitcoin is not able to bounce from this lower time frame 100K support line, which you've come down to many times before, it's psychological support. So 100K is important. If you can't bounce and create a double bottom, still a far-fetched idea, but possible if we bounce. If we can't do that to try and reach the 106 to 107.4 and then eventually make our way towards the bull and bear market support band and the death cross, right, we're going to be in trouble. Now, the good news is whenever you create such big moving average crosses, price get magnetized. Okay, price gets magnetized to crossovers. You almost always end up retesting that confluence, even if it is the beginning of the bear market. Even if it is the beginning of the bear market, you do come towards the cross. You do come towards the cross. If it's at a later stage, you know, it does happen, right? So even if it is the beginning of the bear market, you come towards the cross. You came right there. You came towards the cross. you came to the cross later on. We can find multiple examples in this cycle. You retested the cross right here, September of 2023. You came up to it. When else? August of 2024. You came up to it after the crash. Boom, you tested the cross. And also here, April 2025, you eventually came up to the cross. So even if it's the beginning of the bear market, you tend to come up to it. It's usually what happens. It doesn't have to happen. That's also the point of concern. But regardless, Bitcoin doesn't look bullish unless we break above this confluence of resistance. And if you do, then you can start calling for new all-time highs. But until or if that happens, this picture is not good. I just, you can't argue otherwise. And I know a lot of people give me hate because I'm bearish, but you just can't argue otherwise. This picture is not an attractive looking picture. And the closure of this weekly candle is incredibly important. If this weekly candle closes below the 54 simple moving average, which we're trying to do, it's going to mark the beginning of the bear market. That's it. It's that simple. As soon as that moving average is broken, historically, you've began the bear market. It's just how things work. It's how things have worked in history. You break below, you start the bear market. Okay, even in 2013, if you zoom in, you break below, you start the bear market. So if this happens, then unfortunately on Weex, those positions, I'm going to start flipping extremely bearish. For now though, I'm still optimistic because the week still has approximately 2 more days left to finish. So until the week finishes, we still have some time to reclaim the 102 level. But if we can't, you know the drill. And it's very important that you're subscribed and you destroy the like button and you have notifications on, because when that video comes around, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. That's the outlook for Bitcoin. I'm going to end off with Ethereum. Ethereum, sadly, we did this analysis on the Moon Show live. All right, so I'm going to just draw the picture for you here on the daily time frame. Let's remove the shorter time frame analysis because it's irrelevant. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, on Ethereum, you have a death cross, right, between the 54 simple bull and bear market support. The bull and bear market support within itself also has a death cross. You have a huge head and shoulders pattern. You've also come up to the resistance or the prior support. Now turn it into resistance. For Bitcoin, it was a double top. For Ethereum, it's a head and shoulders. If you lose this short-term support, then you're going to come down to the 2.9K level. That's the likely level that Ethereum is going to correct towards. On Weex, I opened a limit short at the 3.7 range. So if Ethereum bounces to the lower bound of this now resistance box, then I'm going to jump into a short position. My take profits will likely be the 2.9K level, but more on that on tomorrow's video. Guys and girls, that is it for today. The government is reopened. It looks like we're not going to get our CPI data that was supposed to be due for October, which is quite crazy. So the CPI data likely is not going to be coming, and the unemployment data is likely not going to be coming. How is that going to affect the interest rate decision? At this point, only God knows. So in 27 days, there's going to be dramatic amounts of volatility. Brace yourselves because we could be having impacts quite soon. Guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next update video very soon. Bye-bye.